Today we are reviewing the Pyro, and the Pyro normally costs $4,455,000, but we are purchasing it for $3,350,000 because we have the trade-in price. So let's get started.
Plane doesn't have any special weapons on it or anything, doesn't even have bombs, just has separate machine guns, the same kind of machine guns that you would have on the Night Shark, the Ruiner, and the Oppressor, and it doesn't even carry bombs. The only thing you can really put on it is homing missiles, and it does have a few nice livery skins, but not much besides that to offer. But one thing that I did notice about this plane is that despite its size, it's very, very agile. I mean, just look at this, what I'm doing with this plane. This plane is actually more agile than the Hydra. It's more agile than the Hydra, but I don't believe that it's more agile than the Laser, and I'm going to show you that a little later, guys. But right now, as you guys see, I'm able to fly under the smallest bridges right here, and I'm able to pull off some decent stunts with this plane. So, for its size, I'm actually really surprised that it has this kind of an agility. I'm able to fly under these bridges with ease. And note, this clip is sped up. This is not the actual speed of the plane, just to save time. But I am able to pull off a lot of stunts with this and fly under the tightest spaces. And also, in addition to this plane being very agile, it lands really well. It lands really easily on large streets as long as there's no poles or anything you hit. You could easily land on the street, and it lands as easily on a street as it does on an airport runway. As we see right here. Because it has 3 wheels, it's very easy to land, but I do recommend you guys slow down when you're using the land, because it sometimes can bounce up, just like it did right there. In addition to this plane being very agile, it does appear to have ejection seats, which make escaping this plane very easy if you need to get out of this plane. For weapons, this plane has the standard machine gun, and it's nothing special, it's not explosive. In terms of our missiles, one thing that I have noticed is the missiles on this plane appear to be faster than the Hydras. They're unlimited, meaning you can keep firing them as much as you want without delay. And right here we slowed this clip down so I could show you guys. The missiles do fly faster than the Hydras. They appear to be flying faster, so they will hit your target faster than the Hydras missiles. And right here we have another slowed down frame, another scene right here. And even though he fired first, my missile managed to catch up to his missile. So the missiles on this thing do fire faster. A lot of people have told me about this plane and its agility and dogfighting. So right here, and this clip is sped up again, I wanted to do a test right now. There's my friend's in a laser behind me, and I told him to keep trying to get behind me. And I said, let me see if I can try to get behind you. And he's not supposed to kill me in this frame right now. And I managed to get behind the laser. The laser is still more agile than this plane, but this plane is definitely more agile than the Hydra. But as you guys see, I did manage to get behind the laser right here in a fight. But even though I'm behind the laser, it doesn't really do much. Like the machine guns that you have on this plane, you have to be really, really precise with them. And those good pilots that you're going to meet in GTA Online, believe you're not going to be able to hit them. Like, even with explosive cannons, sometimes it's really hard to hit some of these pilots. And the missiles right here, even though the missiles do fly faster than the Hydra, they are not necessarily going to hit the target. Like, they'll follow the target, but a good pilot can always dodge them, as you guys see right here. He's dodging all the missiles I'm firing. I had to get really close to him and shoot him. That's the only way I could hit him. As for how much damage this plane can take, it's nothing special. Again, just 3 missiles, just like most other planes. So here I wanted to do a speed comparison on this. How fast does this compare to the Hydra? And I couldn't do this in a race because this plane unfortunately doesn't let you use it in races. I don't know why, considering it's such an agile plane. But as we see right here, I got great acceleration out on the Hydra, and I managed to beat the Hydra just from the runway. But in terms of speed itself, and right here, I let the Hydra pass me. The Hydra passed me, and he's flying perfectly straight. I'm flying perfectly straight, and I do manage to pass the Hydra right here. So this thing is a bit faster than the Hydra. Not by much, not by an insane amount, but it is a little bit faster than the Hydra. So this definitely one of the fastest jets in the game, one of the fastest planes in the game. And here we got the pros. Very agile for such a large size. Takes up only a small spot in the hangar. I was debating whether I should put this or not, but I was very surprised that this took a small spot in the hangar. I thought that this was going to honestly take up a large spot. So it does give you room to put other aircraft there on display. It's very fast. As you guys seen, it beat a Hydra in top speed. It's the only two-seater fighter jet in the game, so I guess that is a plus in a way, but the co-pilot doesn't do anything. You can set the co-pilot to be able to use flares, but the co-pilot really doesn't do anything, so I guess we would just put it as a pro just for transportation. And the Rogue does not count because the Rogue is not a jet. It has ejection seats, so you are able to get out of this aircraft quickly. If you are in a bad situation and you need to get off this aircraft quickly, you can get out quickly, and it's easy to land. Lands on 3 wheels, but it is wide though, so make sure you take that into account when landing. You don't want to hit poles or trees or something, count onto something. Here we got the cons. Now, don't let my pros confuse you guys. I don't think this plane is worth buying unless you're a real plane enthusiast, but even though he had more pros on the list, these cons, even though they're less, I think deter you from purchasing this. So look, no explosive cannons. I've said it time and time again. It's so disappointing that why is the Rogue the only aircraft so far that's able to have explosive cannons? I don't understand that. This thing should have explosive cannons on it. It wouldn't be overpowered because the cannons are already spaced out. They're already spaced out and it's hard enough to hit a target. So why can't it have explosive cannons? The guns are already inaccurate enough, so I don't see why they couldn't put explosive cannons on this. At least give the jet something, you know, to make it worth buying. If you're advertising a military jet, I understand when we're doing like a stunt plane or like a stunt jet, I understand it shouldn't have weapons. But why doesn't this thing have better weapons than it does? Just missiles, that's it, and we have to purchase them too? That sucks. No bombs? Are you kidding me? Why does this thing looks like a bomber, right? If you look at it, it looks like a bomber, and you have a co-pilot in this. You know how cool that would be if the pilot was nosediving down with explosive cannons blowing it up, and then the co-pilot was dropping bombs at the same time. You know how cool that'd be. You know, it give an incentive for a co-pilot to be in this plane. But other than that, it gives no incentive. And just the fact that this thing has no bombs, it's like, what the hell? Why does this plane have no bombs? But a plane like the Starling, a small little like rocket powered aircraft, has bombs? I don't understand. And like I said, the co-pilot does nothing. So while I did list more pros in the list, these cons, they just completely outweigh that. It's if you're a real plane enthusiast, then you'll probably like this plane. You probably want to add it to your collection. I just bought it just for the sake of being able to buy it and review it. But, I mean, I'm disappointed. I was actually looking forward to this plane. I thought the co-pilot would be able to bomb, you know. Like, we would be able to switch it like in the other plane, similar to the Rogue. Allow the co-pilot to bomb while the pilot comes down with explosive cannons. I really thought they were going to add explosive cannons. And they didn't have explosive cannons, but I was like, okay, at least they're going to add bombs? Nope. So I don't know what these developers at Rockstar were thinking when they put this plane in the game. Like, what were they honestly thinking? What was going to happen? So I recommend it. If you really like planes, get it. But other than that, don't. This plane is not going to help you complete any missions. It's not going to help you get money. It's just no. So if you're a plane enthusiast, you like collecting them like me, get it. But again, this plane is not going to help you get money. It's not going to help you kill other people for certain. It's not going to help you kill other jets. So I guess that's that. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. I'm sorry this review took me all day to produce. I would have produced it a lot sooner, but I didn't know that the Pyro was out because the Newswire didn't update earlier, and then people told me that the Pyro was out. So I was like, oh, okay. So that's why it took me so long to make the review. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you guys think down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, everyone.